what it really comes down to is, what I always say is, if you're trying to, and for advertising, if you think about it, for advertisers, people in marketing, it's what you would do with a consumer. If you try and sell a product, you've got to understand the consumer. And it's the same sort of thing. And that's really the simple point here, is that when it comes to trying to persuade the CFO, a CEO, and a board that essentially more should be spent on advertising and marketing, what you need to think about is, okay, what are going to be the arguments that persuade them that this is a good investment to make? Yeah, and it is an investment and not a cost. And so what I say is, look, you've got to work out what their priorities are. You've got to find exactly what, so as it were, ticks their boxes, what they're looking for. And then you take what you do and then you say, this is where you can help. Now, I do think one of the things I have been saying and drilling into a lot, and again, people will say, not again, but I think it's an important point. The past 2 years have been a vast unplanned experiment in showing how advertising and marketing plays a direct role in companies' bottom and top line performance. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at the amount of price increases that companies have had to pass through, particularly consumer goods companies, over the past 2 years to consumers, at the start of the period, they would have looked at the scale of price increases and said there's absolutely no way we're going to be able to put that through without our volumes being absolutely decimated. And yet they did. And if you listen to what the companies themselves say on their calls, by far, the number one answer that comes back, and I would say a vast majority of these companies, is they say it's the strength of their brands that has enabled them to drive through their price increases. And if you are somebody in marketing who wants to persuade your CFO, CEO to spend more on advertising and marketing, that sort of information should be absolute gold dust.
To find out what kind of data storyteller you are, why not take our data storytelling scorecard? It takes just 2 minutes to complete and will give you a personalized report right away. Visit data-storytelling.scoreapp.com or follow the link in the show notes.